Now we are going to start with the preparation of arenes. So we have these methods which are commonly employed for the preparation of arenes. So I'll just recall all the methods. It is by cyclic polymerization of ethyne, second by decarboxylation reaction. This reaction we have already discussed in the alkanes also, right? By reduction of phenol in presence of zinc, by reduction of chlorobenzene in presence of nickel aluminium alloy, from Benz diazonium chloride reduction with hypophosphorus acid in presence of copper ions, by heating Benz sulfonic acid with steam, by Wurtz-Fittig reaction, by Friedel-Crafts reaction, and by Grignard reagent, by use of Grignard reagent. So these are the few methods which are commonly employed for the preparation of arenes. So we'll start with the first method, that is by the cyclic polymerization of ethyne. Actually what happens in this reaction, we need to take ethyne and we need to take minimum you can say 3 molecules of ethyne, because we know that ethyne is CH, triple bond CH, and we know that for the formation of arene the minimum carbon which is required is the 6 carbon. Right. So we have seen that one molecule contains 2 carbons. So obviously we need 6 carbons, and for that we need 3 molecules of ethyne. So when we take 3 molecules of ethyne, let's say like this, and we just heat them around 873 Kelvin, which is quite high temperature. That means we need to heat them red hot in presence of catalyst iron. So what we do see is they undergo a cyclic polymerization. That means the bond is formed between them and it gives rise to a benzene. It gives rise to a structure of benzene. We know that it is a ring of, it is C6H6, that is 6 carbons and with 3 alternate double bonds. So this is cyclic polymerization. I think you got it. That cyclic polymerization is basically we are taking the minimum 3 molecules of ethyne, we heat them red hot in presence of catalyst iron and they undergo a polymerization. That means they join to form a cyclic compound, and because we took the 3 ethyne molecules, so therefore we have a compound with formula C6H6, which is particularly called as benzene. Right, so this is how you can form this thing arenes by the cyclic polymerization. Now the second method is from decarboxylation, right. So what we need to take in decarboxylation, so in the next method, that is decarboxylation, what we need to take is we need to take this, that is it is a salt of carboxylic acid. Right. Now what we need to do is we need to add sodium hydroxide, and this reaction particularly take place in presence of calcium oxide because it keeps it dry. Now what happened? The reaction occur in this way that it actually gets break like this H gets attached to this place, and when the benzene ring gets its H, or you can say when this compound gets its H, it transform into a benzene, and along with that what we are left with? We are left with Na2CO3, that is sodium carbonate. So I think you got it. We need to take a sodium salt of carboxylic acid, we react with the sodium hydroxide in presence of calcium oxide, then the reaction actually breaks in this way. I'll just write the general one also. It is particularly like this. Right. So when you like how the joining is going to take place, this aromatic compound will join with this H, leaving behind it as a byproduct, that is Na2CO3. So this is how by decarboxylation arenes are formed. Right. Now the third method what we are going to see is the reduction of phenol in presence of zinc. So what method we are going to study now? Reduction of phenol. That means we are going to add hydrogen to phenol in presence of zinc. So we need to take phenol first. And what is phenol? Phenol is a benzene ring having a OH group. This is particularly called as phenol, benzene with OH. We need to this thing reduce it, so we add hydrogen, and we need to like the reduction is carried out in presence of zinc, so we need to add zinc here. Now what happened, this H gets attached here and it forms the benzene, and Zn is liberated as zinc oxide. So this is how the reaction takes place, right? Now the fourth method we are going to see is by reduction of chlorobenzene in presence of nickel aluminium alloy. The same thing we are going to do here like as we did in phenol, but instead of phenol we need to take the chlorobenzene, and chlorobenzene is the benzene with chlorine. This is particularly chlorobenzene. You need to reduce it again. So reduction means addition of hydrogen, or you can write the nascent hydrogen atoms also. And the reduction is carried out in nickel aluminium, in presence of nickel aluminium alloy. So when this happen again, this H is supplied to this benzene, this chlorobenzene, which transforms into benzene, and the H left is combines with Cl and liberated as hydrogen chloride. So this is how by reduction of chlorobenzene in presence of nickel aluminium alloy you can actually transform into an arene. Next method we have is from benz-diazonium chloride reduction. Again we need to carry out the reduction, but here the reduction is going to be of benz-diazonium chloride. What is benz-diazonium chloride? It is benzene ring having N2 positive Cl negative group. N2 positive Cl negative group. So when this kind of group is attached to benzene's ring, it is called as benz-diazonium chloride. Now again you need to carry out the reduction, and here the reduction is carried out in presence of hypophosphorus acid. It is H3PO2, again because it is an acid aqueous form, so obviously water will be there, and the reaction take place in presence of copper ions. Again H is being supplied to this thing benz-diazonium chloride, it transforms into benzene, N liberated as N2, H combines with Cl to form HCl, and this H3PO2 transforms into phosphoric acid, that is H3PO3. So this is how the reaction is going to take place, and the arene is formed as a result of reduction of benz-diazonium chloride in presence of hypophosphorus acid in presence of copper ions. Again the next reaction we can take it, that is we can form arene by heating benz-sulfonic acid with steam. Now what is benz-sulfonic acid? Benz-sulfonic acid is a benzene ring having SO3H group. This is a sulfonic group. So when SO3H group is attached to benzene, it becomes benz-sulfonic acid. So again you need to heat it with steam. So let's say we are heating it with steam. So when we heat it with steam, H, because water splits as H and OH, right? So H is supplied to benzene, this benz-sulfonic acid, and it transforms into benzene, and OH to SO3H, which transforms into a sulfuric acid as a byproduct. So this is how by heating benz-sulfonic acid with steam you can form the arene, that is the benzene. Next is a very important reaction, that is by Wurtz-Fittig reaction. That is by Wurtz-Fittig reaction. As we discussed in alkanes about the Wurtz reaction, what was that? It was alkyl halide, two molecules of alkyl halide attached with sodium in presence of dry ether, right? So NaX was liberated and R and R joined to form alkane. This is what happened in case of the Wurtz reaction when we did in alkanes. Here in Wurtz-Fittig it is again similar to the alkane. The difference here lies is only that out of one alkyl halide we have the aryl halide, that is aromatic, that means you can say a cyclic group attached with the halogens. So like suppose I say this is chlorobenzene. Let's take an example. Let's take Rx as A, because in this this thing is going to be an aromatic ring. So let's say it is chlorobenzene react with sodium, and the another Rx is an aliphatic alkyl halide. Let's say it is ClCH3, Again, the reaction take place in presence of dry ether as it was in Wurtz reaction. So this NaCl will get liberated and this CH3 group will attach to the benzene ring. And we know that when CH3 group attach with benzene ring, benzene with CH3 is something called as a compound, that is toluene. So it forms the toluene and along with that we get NaCl. So this is Wurtz-Fittig reaction. So as I took methyl chloride and I took chlorobenzene, instead of this you can take any other aromatic halide along with the any aliphatic alkyl halide, and like the reaction is going to take place in a similar way that NaCl will liberate it and the carbon chain is going to connect to the benzene ring. And please do not forget that this reaction take place in presence of dry ether. So this is Wurtz-Fittig reaction, right? The next reaction is again very important and you may encounter this in your exam, that is Friedel-Crafts reaction. Now in Friedel-Crafts reaction what happen is, we have benzene ring, to this we attach Rx. Rx is particularly an alkyl halide. So what happened, this R get joined here like this and X is liberated as, this H is liberated from here and it forms HX. Let us take some example. Let's say we have benzene ring. Let's put this alkyl halide as methyl chloride. So this CH3 will attach to benzene ring forming this compound, and we know that this is something called as toluene, benzene with CH3, and HCl is liberated. And this reaction take place in presence of catalyst, that is anhydrous aluminium chloride. So this is how the reaction can take place, or you can say the arene is formed by using a Friedel-Crafts reaction. Likewise, we have another method also, that is by use of Grignard reagent. We know that Grignard reagent is RMgX. We did in alkane also. But here the Grignard reagent what we will be using will be aromatic MgX. That will be aromatic MgX. So what happened here? Let's say you have an aromatic compound having MgX. Let's take X as Br. Then you are going to add one more Rx. So Rx, let's say it is methyl bromide. Again it is going to take place in presence of dry ether. So this Mgr will be liberated and this chain is going to attach to the benzene ring. So as a result, again benzene ring with CH3 group is formed, which is commonly called as, we already discussed, and that is toluene. So these are the few methods by which you can actually form arenes, and what you have seen is that by cyclic polymerization of ethine, that means an aliphatic compound, by using an aliphatic compound you get an aromatic compound. From decarboxylation we initially use the aromatic ring, so it transforms into a benzene. By reduction of phenol, here also you took an aromatic compound and then by reducing you transformed into benzene. From benzdiazonium chloride, again you took a compound which was aromatic initially, then by reducing it in presence of hypophosphorus acid you transformed into a benzene. By heating bensulfonic acid, again you took the aromatic compound, that is with benzene ring, then it transforms into a benzene. In Wurtz-Fittig also, in Wurtz-Fittig you took one aromatic ring and one was an alkyl halide, and then it transformed into a, you can say the derivative of benzene. You didn't get benzene here, you got a derivative of benzene. So this is particularly a reaction you can say where you get a derivative. That means you can attach any number of carbon chain to a benzene ring and accordingly it will be named as such. In Friedel-Crafts reaction, again you took a benzene ring and you get a derivative of benzene. So that means this reaction can also be used to transform benzene into its derivative, because you are not getting benzene here, you are getting the derivative of benzene. And by Grignard reagent, when you took a Grignard reagent, then again this side chain got attached to benzene ring, again you can get the derivative. So please keep in mind, by using Wurtz-Fittig, by using Friedel-Crafts reaction and by use of Grignard reagent, you are not getting benzene, instead of that you are getting the derivative of benzene. That means you can make the chain of any number of carbon atom available to the benzene, and accordingly it will be like transformed into a derivative of benzene. That means some other compound of the benzene. So this is what is the method of preparation of arenes. Now we'll discuss about the